DonInLondon, hello, May 23rd, 2009, Saturday morning, around about 9:10. And my video's all about recovery from addiction to substance behaviour. My substance over the years, alcohol. My behaviour, trying to be perfect and never so. So, my video's all about recovery, one day at a time. And why is it one day at a time? Because it's a time frame, maybe, that I can live in sobriety. If we make our lives into a battle, we're forever using our willpower to try and overcome something. And what I've learned in recovery, with the help of many people from family, community, society, professionals, and a fellowship, that fellowship being AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, I seem to be able to cope with one day at a time. And as was said by an Archbishop of Canterbury some time ago, at least that's where it's attributable to, what is spiritual? Indeed, it's the ability to cope with reality, the reality of now, with less denials and less filters. So from the days of old where I was the problem on a daily basis, where I was dogged by fear, putting on a brave face and ego, to the point where I couldn't even step out of the front door into the world without feeling that dread, that absolute dread and desolate feeling of, I need to go find more alcohol. That's how it was. How far did I go? How low was my rock bottom? As bad as anybody else's, I guess. And whatever our rock bottom or worst case scenario is, it's the same sort of feeling for everybody. You know, we can't make it a less of a rock bottom, or softer, or judge others' rock bottom as worse than ours. It's just what it is. And when we get to that final place of, I cannot do this anymore, and I cannot work out how to get out of this problem on my own, I guess that might have been my spiritual awakening. No denial, no filters, I cannot do this on my own. And that's where I got to. So, lots of things help me keep sober. And these days, being connected to family who know me, community and fellowship, helps me tremendously just cope with the day. So I've got my spiritual worked out, and my emotions on a daily basis, based on what I encounter more often than my history. If I go back to my history, I will fear, put on a brave face and go back to ego quite quickly. But now I've cleared out the old fears over the years by doing a fearless moral inventory in step 4, and then moving on to step 5, which is where I am in the 12-step program, sharing them here. 12 months, 12 steps. So May is all about step 5, sharing our fearless moral inventory with another person. So we know where our defects of character might be. That is, the things we do too much of, which are not good for us, and maybe not doing enough of the good things for us. So if I'm in the problem, I'm fearing life, putting on a brave face, and ego so brittle it can break at any time. So when I move to the solution, which is for me all around step 6, which is about step 7, which is in July, in this program I'm running here. I'm not running it, it's just how it's coming out. It's all about courage, faith and confidence. So if I keep to courage, faith and confidence in the day, around being able to deal with today's problems or solutions, I don't have a weight of years and decades of fear dogging my every waking moment. So the fellowship of AA is integral to my well-being, and it's a place where I can share my experience, strength and hope, and my fears and my woes and my wisdom as life goes along. And there are over 600 meetings in London, so I'm very lucky. I can go to a meeting just about any hour of the normal waking hours and get some strength from just being in company with people who just remain sober one day at a time. So when I go to a fellowship meeting, I go there as an individual, unique and authentic, and when I come away I'm still unique and authentic. Well, that's my hope and my strength and my wisdom. So I cannot speak for people in AA, and I cannot speak for the fellowship, but I can speak about what it does for me and how it helps me and what keeps me going along in a fairly averaged way, and without those fears dogging my every movement. So AA, a preamble shared at every meeting at the start, goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And if I can, I get to a meeting every day. If I can, sometimes I go to more than one. Only did one last night for the day, which was at the Boltons, not too far away from where I live, in Chelsea. And a good meeting, all about sharing the courage to change. And a person did the chair, who I hadn't heard before. They had a story, which was like most people's, around being in a problem and trying to find a way out, but not being very successful at it, simply because willpower seemed to undermine every way of trying to keep sober. The more we tried to will ourselves free of it, the more we kept on drinking. So there is something about willpower not being very effective when it comes to addiction. And the absolute truth is, if we get into a program where we can do something about the day-to-day, every day, share a bit of wisdom, experience strength and hope, we have a good chance that we'll get to bed tonight without a drink. So humans work better in the moment of now, in the present moment, where fears can be minimised and opportunities can be maximised, maybe. But it takes a while to get there, so fear can rule us for quite a long time. And we need an element of fear, or we get run over crossing the road. So it's not about being valiant and fighting. It's about understanding where we are in the moment and taking good care of ourselves. So, you know, we don't get an extra set of armour in this. We just get to be normal and be aware of what is going on around us and want to be a part of things rather than excluded. So step 5, May, in the 12-step program, is all about sharing our inventory. And it says here in the book, admitted to God, to ourselves and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. And in the early days for me, I don't know if I'm God conscious or not, but I put in good conscience, sharing with another human being the exact nature of what happened to me. And it's about this, and it says 12 steps deflate ego, or make it redundant in some ways. Step 5 is difficult but necessary to sobriety and peace of mind. Confession is an ancient discipline. Without fearless admission of defects, or those things which worry us, few could stay sober. What do we receive from step 5? Beginning of true kinship with man and God, or good conscience, as you choose and understand for yourself, as you are unique and authentic. Lose sense of isolation, receive forgiveness and give it. Learn humility, don't step on the feet or toes of other people. Gain honesty and realism about ourselves, be inquiring, I guess. Necessity for complete honesty, danger of rationalisation, how to choose the person in whom to confide. Results are tranquility and consciousness of God, or the world around us as it is. Oneness with God, or the nature and the universe. Oneness with God and man prepares us for the following steps, which is all about action. They're all about action, actually, and that's the gift. We don't stand still unless we need to be in the moment of now and get a bit of meditation to centre ourselves. And it's just the way it is. And today's daily reflections, I'm running short on time. I can go on, can't I? Daily reflections in this book, and it's aligned with the 12 steps of AA, one a month. So for May 23rd, it talks about spiritual health. When the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. It is very difficult for me to come to terms with my spiritual illness because of my great pride, disguised by my material success, my intellectual power. Intelligence is not incompatible with humility, provided I place humility first. To seek prestige and wealth is the ultimate goal for many in the modern world. To be fashionable and to seem better than I really am in a spiritual... To be fashionable and to seem better than I really am is a spiritual illness. To recognise and to admit my weaknesses is the beginning of good spiritual health. It is a sign of spiritual health to be able to ask God, or in good conscience, every day to enlighten me. To recognise His will, or an understanding of nature, and to have the strength to execute it, that is to keep on going. My spiritual health is excellent when I realise that the better I get, the more I discover how much help I need from others. So in other words, we just cannot do it on our own.